What is new in my wardrobe for autumn? Well, hello there and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kira and I'm your resident style solutionist. I share videos on shopping for the best basics on the high street, how to build a capsule wardrobe, and lots of fun trend videos. So if that sounds good to you, then do hit subscribe because I would love to have you back for more videos. So in today's video, I'm doing my monthly roundup on what is new in my wardrobe for autumn. This is my absolute favorite time of year for fashion. It is the time that I tend to invest a little bit more in my wardrobe. I really think that here in Ireland, and I know in the UK and in lots of parts of Europe as well, our winters are quite long, and I feel like we tend to buy pieces with the confidence of knowing that we're going to be wearing them for quite a long time. In today's video, I have so many gorgeous new pieces to show you from some of my favorite brands. We've got Highstreet, we've got some handbags, we've got some gorgeous autumnal pieces. There is really such a mix of fun styles here, and I also have some amazing discount codes for you today as well. As always, everything that I mentioned will be linked right down in the description below. All of the info you need will be there, and I will also leave notes on the sizing I took as well because I know that helps you guys out a lot. So without rambling on too much, let's get straight into it. And the first brand we're going to talk about is Naked Fashion. Naked Fashion do the best autumn pieces, and I have a few select styles that I have for the coming season that I've picked from them, and I think you guys are going to really love them. The first piece I wanted to show you is this oversized printed cardigan. This is such a fun piece to add to my wardrobe. I absolutely love the print. It's almost kind of Aztec in style, and it's so cozy. It has this kind of oversized fit, really kind of boxy sleeves. It has a zip detail, which I really like, but it's the print that really drew me to this piece, and I am bringing this to my trip to Caboo Cabins that I'm going on. It's going to be so cozy, very autumnal, very cottagecore energy, and I feel like this is the perfect cozy knit. At this time of year, my knits get worn to death. They really are one of the hardest working pieces in my wardrobe, whether it is wearing them out and about, if I'm dressing them up, or if I'm just wearing them to be cozy at home. They're always a purchase that I feel really confident making because I know I'm going to get so much use out of them. So with all these pieces, I will have them linked in the description below, as I said, and I also have an exclusive discount code for you for Naked Fashion. It is for a limited time. I will leave it here on screen and in the description below. So please do remember to use it while you can because it doesn't stick around forever. So sticking in with the cozy autumnal theme, the next piece I picked up is the most gorgeous knit. This is something that I have been on the hunt for since the very end of summertime. I wanted a really cozy, almost like a traditional style knit with some sort of emblem on it, whether it was a sheep or a cow, something very cozy and very cottagecore energy. And it's like they knew exactly what I wanted. This beautiful horse print knit. It has a little kind of like roll neck detail. It's chunky, it's cozy, it's soft, and this is something that I'll be wearing for my gorgeous like wood walks, cozy Sundays in the pub, bringing Remy out for a nice walk on the weekends. What I've been trying to do this season is to find pieces that are exactly that, comfy, cozy, casual, but that have a little touch of interest and are a little bit elevated, and I feel like this knit is just that. I just love it. I think it's so cute. The next piece that I picked up is definitely a more of a kind of cool girl, trendier item, but I just couldn't resist it. It is this oversized wool blend coat with fringe detail. And I know we've spoken about the fringe trend multiple times on this channel, and I did say that it is a trend that is kind of trickier to style. I think you kind of have to really lean into it, and I think this coat is the perfect way to do it. It really hits that kind of Ralph Lauren, Western, country cottagecore vibe so well. But I feel like if you are a true fashion girl and you really want to have fun with the trends this year, I just thought this coat was so cool and so interesting, and it's just a really fun piece. It's also very warm and cozy, so it is perfect for actually keeping you warm and snug. However, I do think that fringe detail is just so fun. Now, the final two pieces that I picked up from Naked Fashion, I don't think you're going to be massively surprised by, because I have already bought these in the really deep blue color, and I did say that I was going to go back for them in this color. It is the coolest corduroy two-piece set. I have spoken already about how corduroy is such a big trend for the coming season. It is kind of like suede in that it's textured, it's interesting. However, it is so much more easy and manageable to wear. You do not need to worry worry about stains, about water, about it raining. I also think it is so cool. I love corduroy trousers. I wore it to this really gorgeous fashion event in Dublin. It was one of our kind of luxury retailers were showcasing their autumn winter and their kind of new season, and I wanted to wear something really cool, and I wore the petrol blue 2-piece corduroy set with a cool little neckerchief. I had a cool pair of glasses on and some loafers, and I honestly just felt really put together and really comfortable, but very stylish and chic as well. So it is a no-brainer that I had to go back for the burgundy, and I feel like with Naked I do really enjoy when they do pieces in multiple colors. I do think you can easily wear them together for maximum impact, but you can break them up as well. So you can pair this shirt with a pair of denim jeans, you can wear the trousers with a chunky knit, and I feel like as a brand I love how Naked are very ahead of the trends, but they do them in a very wearable, almost like cool girl way. So I will leave everything linked in the description below, and as I said, my discount is for a limited time, so if you want to snap up any of these pieces, please use the discount code, and do let me know which items you pick up, because I love hearing from you guys that you're using my discount codes for things. It's always so fun to see what you guys buy. So let's move on, and I'm going to talk about some pieces that I picked up from H&M. And I always find that H&M are very strong in autumn winter, and they often do tend to sell out quite quickly, so I always do try to be quite fast with the kind of key pieces that I know I'm going to use to update my wardrobe. The first thing I picked up from H&M is this mohair blend jumper. It's in the most beautiful kind of mauvey mocha color. Really easy color to style. Again, browns in general are just so huge for autumn winter. They're super versatile, really easy, and I knew this was going to be a good purchase for me because I already have this exact jumper in the cream color. It's just oversized, has a nice bit of chunkiness to it, so it's quite elevated. It's really soft and comfortable. I just knew that getting it in a beautiful kind of minky brown color would be a really handy one. I believe I went for a size medium, but I will double check and I'll list it in the description, so all the sizing info will be there for you guys. Next up, I picked up this gorgeous oversized plaid shirt, and you're gonna see a few different types of kind of plaid in this roundup, and I can't help it. I absolutely love tartans and plaids for autumn, and I actually only had one kind of plaid style shirt in my wardrobe, and it was a really oversized one, so I wanted something that was kind of a slightly different colorway. And again, this style from H&M is very oversized, but it's also very chunky. It has a lot of shape to it. It's not that heavy, but it is heavier than your average flannel, if that makes sense. So at this time of year, I would easily wear this as my layer. I could put a t-shirt on underneath this and then have this as my jacket layer, and I wouldn't need a coat over it. I also picked up a few pairs of sunglasses. So I picked up this pair of kind of orangey yellow statement sunglasses. Now these are actually in the sale. They have gone down to an amazing price. They'll be linked below so you can check it out, but they're actually so affordable. And I do feel like for H&M, they're great for kind of more trendier fashion styles of sunglasses. And these are that very retro Tom Ford energy. I've spoken about these in some of my autumn winter trend reports as being such a kind of popular style of sunglasses for autumn, so I couldn't leave these behind. I think they're so cool. Then I also picked up these rectangular style of sunglasses. They're actually very like these glasses, but in a sunglasses style, and they're very cool. I've been wearing them quite a bit already, and they're just really simple. I do think that H&M is very good for picking up these kinds of styles. Alongside this rectangular pair, I also picked up the oval burgundy pair, and I do think that both of these styles are very heavily inspired by Miu Miu. Of course, they're absolutely not the Miu Miu price tag, which is great. And if there's one thing about me, I'm always wearing either a pair of glasses or a pair of sunglasses, so I like to have a pretty decent collection that I can kind of chop and change between. I also picked up two mini dresses that were in the sale, and they were so affordable. The first one is a tan colored mini dress, and it's very almost 60s style. It's a very straight up and down tunic dress. It also has a really cool belt. It's kind of in a low waist placement. When I bought this, I kind of knew that I was going to want to switch out the belt and put in my own one. And I find this sometimes with pieces where if I don't like the belt, a simple belt switch can really elevate the piece. I also bought this to wear either with tights and knee-high boots, which I think is so perfect for winter, but also to wear with tailored trousers underneath as a kind of dress over trousers situation, which I know I've spoken about in some of my trend videos. It's a really new, updated styling trend that I really want to try out more this year. I think it's quite refreshing. I've already tried it on with a pair of trousers. I think it looks so cool. And then the second dress that I bought, again, it was so affordable. It was in the sale. It's a faux leather material, exact same tunic style, straight up and down. I bought this for the exact same reason. I think this would look so cool with even a pair of lighter cream trousers underneath, or like an off-white, or you could wear it with a pair of tailored black trousers. I think it's really, really chic. And of course, it goes without saying, this dress would look fabulous just with a pair of tights and boots as well. So next up from H&M, I picked up a pair of over-the-knee boots. Over-the-knee boots can run quite expensive, especially if you're going for a leather or a suede material, but I do feel like H&M always has some of the best value for knee-high boots that you can get at this time of year. But these are really cool. They're in a gorgeous brown color. They're again that over-the-knee fit. But what I think is really cool about these is you have the flexibility to hoosh them down and make them more of like a ruched buccaneer style, or you can pull them up and then have them be more of an over the knee style. So I like that you can kind of customize how they fit. But again, I always say this with trends, I do like to be a little bit of a guinea pig for you guys. So I did really want to pick up a pair of over the knee boots that I could style into a bunch of different outfits, and I think these were the perfect version of that. Now, I mentioned I had more flannel to show you, and I have two more flannel kind of plaid shirts, and I love these. I actually bought these thinking that maybe I might not keep both of them, but they're both really, really good. I actually bought these just as soon as the H&M autumn collection dropped. I think it was that morning. First one is this beautiful kind of warm brownie plaid tartan material. What I really like about these types of shirts is that you can wear them buttoned up, you can style them with denim, like button them up, tuck them into jeans, but you can also wear them open as a little bit of a jacket layer in themselves. Another really fun way of styling these types of tartan and plaid shirts is by knotting them around your waist. It's something that we've seen emerging as a really cool kind of fashion styling trend, and I know it's not for everyone, but I actually think this looks really, really cool. Whether you're pairing it over, let's say, a simple slip dress and then adding definition and interest to the waist by knotting a plaid shirt over it, or if you're wearing them over trousers, knotting it at the waist, there's something very cool, girl. It's very much kind of the row type styling, and I've seen so many gals on my Instagram and TikTok doing this. So the next plaid shirt I picked up is this really cool waisted shirt. So it basically has a nip at the waist. It's not super cinched, but it is definitely a subtle little nip, which I do feel like gives this kind of an elevated look. I feel like this shirt in particular looks really cool, buttoned up to the top and worn with a pair of like baggy jeans or barrel denim. It's a more muted print, and I do think the colors are really, really easy to style with what I already have. You obviously do not need to pick up 3 different versions of a plaid shirt for autumn winter. I do love this fabric, so I will be wearing these so much. Now, the next piece that I picked up, some of you are going to get a bit of a giggle at it because it is a very interesting shaped hat. I knew that these hats were going to hit the high street for autumn. I've been talking about this style of structural, vintage inspired pillbox hat, honestly, since the early summer. It really emerged as a really cool trend we were seeing with street style, with occasion wear, and I knew it was something that was coming in to the kind of mainstream, and I was waiting for a high street shop to have an affordable version of it, because all of the ones that I was finding on the likes of Etsy were, again, no doubt very, very good quality, but they were just a little bit more than I wanted to spend. It's definitely a bit out there. It's very vintage inspired. It's a little bit dramatic, but I think it is so cool. You can use this to add a lot of interest to a very simple outfit. Let's say if you're dressing it up for an occasion, maybe a winter occasion, and you want something really, really chic, or if you're a real fashion girly and you want to wear this day to day with a pair of denim jeans and a t-shirt, I still think it looks really, really cool. I do predict this hat will sell out if it hasn't already, because it's definitely the most affordable version of this style that I've seen. So that's everything that I picked up from H&M. We're going to move on, and I'm going to show you some pieces that I picked up from Sezane. The first piece I picked up from Sezane is this beautiful ruffled shirt. It's called a Garcine shirt, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Exactly the type of shirt that I love to wear. It's feminine, it's floaty, but there's something a little bit undone and very French girl, very Sezane about this shirt. I feel like cool undone French girl is just in this brand's DNA. It can easily be worn with, let's say, a skirt, boots, but you can also just as easily dress this down with a pair of like slouchy denim and a pair of boots. I think this would look equally as good. I also picked up another one of their new styles called the Martí cardigan, and again, this is a very great piece to have in early autumn. It is a very soft, cream colored, very, very neutral, a type of cardigan that has that kind of broderie anglaise detail. It's like stitched and knitted and has this beautiful kind of texture to it that I think is really, really gorgeous. Again, just like the Garcine shirt, you could style this up with skirts, tailored trousers, like dress it up, but it easily looks just as good, if not looks its best, dressed down with denim a little bit more casually. I think it's so gorgeous. And then finally, a piece that was on my wish list for quite a while from Sezane is this Carlo jacket. I think this is so cool. It's basically a sleeveless jacket, but it's not quite a waistcoat, not quite a blazer, not quite a jacket, given that it has those open sleeves, but it's so chic and perfect for this time of year. You can wear something like this with a pair of denim dressed down, with a pair of tailored trousers, thrown on over a light knit, or even with your arms out if you wanted just a simple t-shirt. And then I would love to belt this at the waist to like further cinch it in. It's that beautiful chunky wool fabric. The color is so autumnal, this really gorgeous neutral color. I absolutely love this color for autumn. I think it's so gorgeous. I have a sunglasses addiction and glasses in general I am just addicted to, but I really wanted to pick this up because I'd seen so many people styling this, and this is a double pack of sunglasses from Amazon. I don't know if I've ever ordered glasses from Amazon before, but again, these were really cheap and cheerful. I think it was maybe €10 for the 2 pairs. So I got this black pair, and then I also picked up the brown color. These actually were my favorite. This was the reason why I picked them up. I love this caramel color. I think it's so chic, very 90s, which I absolutely love. Now for this style of glasses, I often would wear these with my hair down as opposed to with my hair up, or maybe like with a high ponytail. They're very stylish and very chic, and I couldn't resist, and they actually are really good. So if you're looking for something that is definitely on the more affordable side and you like that kind of 90s minimal style of glasses, I think these are super cool. So next up, I have 2 very practical autumn winter purchases, and they have been worn an awful lot considering they're quite new additions. The first one is a new coat from Barbour, and I absolutely love Barbour as a brand. I have one of their coats that I guess myself and Joseph kind of share it, to be honest with you, because it's like a unisex style, and I wanted to pick up something myself that was not a padded material, but something that I could wear on the dog walks that was a little bit warmer than their typical wax jackets. So this is the Cookstown style, and I actually found it on a website that sells a lot of like outdoor wear. I'll actually link it below because not everywhere stocks it, and I'm so impressed with it. I got it for a really good price. I think it was around the €200 mark, which for a Barbour coat is very good. It also has a detachable hood, so clever, which like pops off and on, and then it has the kind of typical Barbour stylistic details. It has the beautiful corduroy collar, it has the corduroy flaps over the pockets, and this gorgeous kind of patchwork deep green color. I am really trying to make my practical choices for my day-to-day walks and things like that also be elevated and stylish, because of course I just love autumn fashion in general, and I feel like this coat is such a find. I will link it in the description below. I'll also link some similar styles from Barbour if this one is sold out, but I have to say I'm really impressed with this one, and I'm really glad I ordered it when I did, because I know that these types of jackets, especially the ones for the best prices at this time of year, tend to fly out. The second item following on from this is another very practical purchase, and it was actually gifted to me. It is a pair of Le Chameau wellies, and they are a really gorgeous French brand. I didn't know too much about them at all, but when I went on my recent trip to the Cotswolds, we were gifted a pair of these wellies, and oh my gosh, it was honestly the most incredible gift, but also the most practical pair of shoes I've added to my wardrobe in I don't know how long. I have been wearing these every single day on the dog walk. The thing about these, right, that makes them so special is their comfort. I don't know how they do it, but they're really like hard wearing and sturdy and still really comfortable and flexible. I need something that's waterproof, that's durable. I don't want my runners to get wet and my socks to get wet. So wellies really are my go-to at this time of year and coming into the winter. So I felt like I needed to include them in this roundup because they're not typically a fashion item, but for me they absolutely are. So if you're on the hunt for a really good Wellington boot, and if you like me are doing dog walks, if it's wet, if you're walking across like grass or woods or anything, they are a little bit more expensive than your average welly, but I do really think that the quality is there. They are such a well-respected brand. Just like Barbour, they really do outdoor gear so well. Now the next item I picked up are are these faux leather gloves from Amazon. These are definitely more of a kind of fashion purchase, in that leather gloves in general I tend not to wear all the time. If I'm having really busy days, for example, and I'm using my phone, you might not catch me in a leather glove all the time. I do have a shorter pair that are touchscreen friendly, which I picked up on Amazon actually. A really, really good find. I'll link those below. I love them because they are a long style and I just think they're so cool. These paired with like a caped wrap scarf, maybe with like a bangle or a watch worn over the like faux leather. Chef's kiss. So chic, so cool. Even with the pillbox hat on top, she's ready to go. It's so vintage, it's so chic, it's so elevated. I think they're so, so cool. But again, they were very cheap and cheerful. They're not real leather. They are more for stylistic purposes, which, shoot me, I can't help it. Sometimes I do pick things for that reason. But I do have a recommendation for a very practical pair of, I think they're cashmere lined leather gloves that I will link below instead. But these brown ones, I love them. I love them. And then the very last piece that I've added to my wardrobe for autumn is an absolutely beautiful bag. Isn't she gorgeous? This is the Demellier Hudson in the mini size. And this was a recently launched update to their Hudson collection because they only had the larger size and now they've released a smaller size. And it's great because it actually is still a very, very decently sized bag. I have just gotten it. It literally still has the plastic on it. It's such a new purchase. I'm so excited to style this. This tan color is no stranger to me. I have this exact color of tan in my Midi New York bag and it is the perfect tan. It's not too warm, it's not too light. It goes with everything so, so well. And I just think it's such a beautiful bag. It's so chic, its structure is gorgeous. This really reminds me, and it's no surprise to anyone, of course, the Hermes Birkin. But I do feel like Demellier offer really, really good craftsmanship, really, really good quality. And of course they are a fraction of the price of Hermes. They're very different brands. I do think that Demellier have their own stylistic details. You know, you can't say that this doesn't have nods to the Birkin. So there you have it, guys. That is everything that I have added to my wardrobe for autumn winter. As I said, I will probably be back with an updated video over the next few weeks because there is definitely some updates happening to my autumn wardrobe. It is my absolute favorite time to shop and I just feel like there are so many gorgeous pieces on the high street. I will, as I said, link everything in the description below and any of the discount codes that I have for you. And please do let me know if you pick up anything from this video or if you have added pieces to your own autumn winter wardrobe. Please do let me know what you've been buying and shopping. Are there any brands you've been loving? I love hearing what you guys are absolutely loving because honestly, it gives me ideas and it gives me new brands that I can go and find and shop from. So do let me know in the comments below. If you liked this video, you can give me a thumbs up to let me know. And if you have not already, then be sure to subscribe to my channel. I post new videos every single week and I would love to have you back for more. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you in my next one. Bye.